Hello, I'm Elizabeth Nancy Jansen, and today is July 30th and day 5 of our 22 days of truths. And this is in preparation for August 17th for the book launch of Bride Doll. And I'm getting very excited, and I hope you are too. And today's truth is about trusting your gut. And I wanted to talk about this and use part of the book to highlight the trusting your gut. And I'm looking at the part of the book of Bride Doll in the chapter of the wedding preparation. And this is the night before the wedding. And we know that Flynn is having some challenges, and he knows that his mother has made reference to, we know that she's unhappy with this marriage and this choice. Flynn's choice to marry a French woman, a French-Canadian Catholic woman. And he's wrestling with this. And he does love her, but he knows this choice he's making is in direct conflict with his mother. And he's never been in this position before. And Monique, she has not had communication with Flynn for a few days now. And so this is in the chapter of the wedding preparation. And needless to say, it was a restless night for Flynn. In his naivety, he decided to make this decision in the morning. On the other hand, Monique was all alone in her room in the residence, fretting about the day to come and lacking communication with her husband-to-be. Okay, so chapter 9, the wedding day. And here we are. It's the morning, and Flynn ate his mother's usual prepared bacon and eggs breakfast with a cup of tea. There was no morning chit-chat about how the day was about to unfold. In truth, Flynn was only following his destiny 1 minute at a time. Flynn was the final showing up or not was yet to be decided. He showered himself briskly with his Old Spice soap on a rope. He prolonged the hot water beating on his body until the water began to cool. His body quickly turned cold, signifying two things. The hot water tank had emptied and the decision time loomed. So here he was, even till the morning of the wedding, he had still not made the decision. So there was no certainty even till the morning of. So I guess I'm coming back to the topic of, or the truth is to trust your gut and to act on that. So what is trusting your gut? And I'm going to bring that back to a reference to me. And in that moment of marriage, in that moment of my first marriage, and that moment of just before walking down the aisle, I had this very unexpected freeze moment. Oh my God. And this nudge, this internal message. So I'm going to say my soul was knocking on my head, and it was this gut feeling, and it was, don't do it, don't do it. And I fought with myself as I proceeded to walk down the aisle. And that haunted me as I was walking down the aisle, when my instinct was to run. And that's a truth I'm disclosing. And, that's a hard thing when you don't expect it, when your instinct, you didn't expect that to happen at that moment. And with all your heart, you believed you were in love, you were going to marry the man you loved. and you had no idea that was going to happen. That was my truth. That was my truth at that moment. And I didn't respond to what my instinct, what my gut feeling was telling me. I fought that gut feeling to walk down the aisle. Now that marriage was full of challenges, but in my heart and in my intention, I followed through with that marriage, that vow. And I lived that vow. And, I don't regret that marriage because I have two beautiful, wonderful children from that marriage. And I'm going to stand here and tell you in all truth, I don't regret that marriage because of the beautiful children I have and grandchildren as a result of that marriage. But let's come back to the instinct to know and to listen to that instinct. Ignoring that gut feeling is very, very important. So what, when I look at that now, what was that gut feeling telling me? Well, that gut feeling was telling me that marriage was going against my core values. When I look at that, all my core values were not matched with that marriage. All the fundamental things. And I was not going to be my authentic self at all in that marriage. I was not going to be my authentic self. And I was going to live a trapped life in that marriage. And that's how it unfolded. So my gut feeling, I resisted my gut feeling, and that's how the marriage unfolded. And that's what I had to learn. That's what I had to learn in life. So, the pro tip that I want to tell you is, coming back to my book is full of life, full of lessons that that Monique had to learn, the message, that Flynn learned. And, he had a challenging marriage. He absolutely did. Because, his core values, he didn't know what his core values were. He had so much uncertainty. And he loved Monique, but he didn't know how to be a partner. And you're going to see the challenges. And you're going to see the challenges with Naya. But the beauty of this book is going to be, you're going to learn so many beautiful things about relationships and the challenges of relationships. And you're going to learn so many of the potholes of what you don't want in a relationship. And, how coaching and how to manage in a thriving relationship, how to thrive, what to avoid, what you don't want, and how to turn that around so that you can be in a thriving relationship. And that's what nurturing love relationships is all about. And that's what I do as a coach, how to get one into the mindset of nurturing oneself, but also preparing an individual for how to get ready, to be ready to know what those potholes are, and know if someone's had a relationship that has not worked out, what were the patterns, and to ensure that doesn't repeat, to help that individual, see what perhaps could have happened, and how to prevent that pothole from happening again. And use the examples of what happened in this book, perhaps with Monique and with Flynn. So using these examples as learning tools as well. So there's a lot of wonderful, wonderful love story here, and wonderful, wonderful learnings. But coming back to the richness of this book, but the richness of knowing that we have gut instinct, we have gut intuition for a reason. And I know that my gut was telling me something on that wedding day. And I didn't respond to it. But out of it, I got two beautiful children and a heck of a lot of learning, that I wouldn't be sitting here today telling you about it. So I obviously needed to learn those lessons. And I'm a very, very happy person today. So those instincts are really affirming that you need to listen and respect those core values. So I'm Elizabeth Nancy Jansen, and I'll be talking to you tomorrow about another truth. Much love. Bye-bye.